Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Colon, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. I'm a mother and a wife, and it's 2021. Are you ready to see yourself as the best version of who you are? For those of you who may not be aware, my mission here on Earth that I've been called to do was to help women, men by referral, release issues from their tissues as they release emotional weight and fall in love with themselves, while I get to witness your transformation of being the best version of who you are. That's what I've been called to do, and I'm here to do it really, really well. So I ask you, how are you all doing today? And before we dive into the big how you're doing, let me just remind you, share, like, and comment on today's show. As usual, there is Raffle Giveaway. Now, for any of you who've missed last week's episode, I urge you to go and watch. You can watch on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and even YouTube, or for that matter, catch you here, right here on Strong Island Television. As I had my amazing guest, Gail Nicholson, on our show last week, sharing about soaring with emotional freedom technique. And she will be back at the end of the month to do a demonstration to teach you exactly how to use emotional freedom technique. So I encourage you to keep watching every week's show so you can tune in and watch that. So now that you're aware of last week's show, let's focus on this week's show. Let's focus on today. I want to give a shout out to all of my advertising sponsors that do make this show possible from week to week to week. And let's start off with Nick Rafter, who is our real estate agent. So those of you who are looking to find yourself a new home, new apartment, reach out to him. He's also our journalist, editor, and writer. So he can help you get your column out there, or book if you have one in you. Then we have Kendrick Greer. I highly recommend that you connect with him. There's a lot going on in our planets, lots of energy, especially since Pluto has retrograde since last week. I don't know about you guys, but I know I've been feeling a little off lately. And I've been trying to really reboot my energy so I can feel that energy feeling higher again. But it's taking a little time. Then we also, as mentioned, have Gail Nicholson, who's one of our sponsors. She's our resilient coach, metaphysical practitioner, and the host of Three Crones and the Woo-Woo. Eliza Bloom Robertson, who's our transformational catalyst. She's going to literally transform you to that higher version of who you are. Now, Todd Bedbury, he is the founder and the CEO of the Mystic Warrior Academy. Reach out to him. Dr. Robert Garcia, who's the warrior strategist. And last but not least, I always like to leave the guest of the day, who is also our sponsor as well, for last but not least. And I'm sure I'm going to screw up her last name, so I'll apologize in advance. By doing so, I'd like to also introduce Lisa Perazzo. She's the CEO and founder of the A Helpful Life. And she will be joining us in a little while to talk about fitness and all of the above. But before we dive into that, again, how are you all feeling today? Today's amazing energy. We are the second day of May, first Sunday of the month. I cannot believe we're already in May. I have an amazing article that I am working on. In fact, I'm hoping to type it up tonight and get it over to my editor tonight or tomorrow so I can get into the magazine that it needs to get into to share with each and every one of you, because May is an amazing month. As I like to say, May is the time to say, Mother May I. Give you a little hint, tip of what my article is going to be all about for the month of May. All the amazing energies is coming in to help each and every one of us, including me, to really get in alignment to what's in store for each and every one of us. And with that being said, we still have that moon's energy in Capricorn right now. And when we think about Capricorn energy, just to read a little bit to you, because I don't know all the energies by heart, just the ones that I'm used to. And when we think about Capricorn energy in itself, Capricorn is the 10th house energy, and it focuses on structure, corporations, traditions, public images, fame, honors, and achievements, and awards, boundaries, rules, and discipline. And of course, father and fatherhood. And that's where the moon sits today, at least for the next couple hours. And then it's going to be shifting into Aquarius, which is my moon sign. And for those of you who are not familiar, the moon is our planet of how do we feel? How are we feeling? And the moon rotates every 2.5 days. So every 2.5 days, you could be feeling really up there, energized, and then sometimes you might sort of dip down depending on what else is going on in your chart. So I bring this information to share with you so you can have an understanding to why you might have those up and down moods, and also taking in consideration all the other planets that sits on your chart. Now, if you are not familiar with your natal chart, I highly recommend that you become familiar with it. It can definitely help you understand the makeup of you. And if you're not familiar, don't know how to get one, it's a very easy process. All you have to do is go to astro.com, put in all the information they ask for, and then you get this beautiful chart. It's really pretty. And it's simplified enough to read, but not simplified enough to understand. And that's where either Kendrick Greer comes in play, or me for that matter, because yes, I actually can read charts now. Woo-hoo for me as a student of astrology. So when you really can understand your natal chart, you can better understand what moves you have to play. Now, for whatever the reasons are, in the last, 72 hours or so, I've been consulting with clients and using the terminology of chess moves. Now, I have no idea how to play chess. Never played chess. But I've been guiding clients in reference that it's time to take that little piece, whatever it might be called, and move it. Do not wait for someone else to make a move so you can make a move. It's time to make a move. It's time to literally step over whomever it is that might be in your way, preventing you to move forward, and step over them. I'm giving you permission to do that. And I'm also giving you permission to do it before Pluto decides to do it for you. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Pluto went retrograde on the 27th of April. The same day we had that supermoon in Scorpio energy. Pluto is the planet of transformations and rebirths, but Pluto's also well known for literally eliminating all the decay, like getting rid of the decay, anything that's been outdated, or even if it's not outdated, maybe it just did its time and now it's time to let it go. And if that is the case and you're not willing to do it on your own, Pluto will set in and take action. So this is why I'm giving you permission to literally take a leap over whomever it is that might be in your way, preventing you from stepping forward. So if there is a physical person in your way, just step over them. And if there's something in your way, recognize that it might be an obstacle that's in your way, giving you an opportunity to either go to your right or go to your left. But don't think because there's an obstacle that you should stay there. That obstacle is only there to give you another way to look at things. And I'm inviting you to do just that today. Now, what I like to do is shuffle up our cards, see what chakra you need to work on today so you can be in alignment to move forward. Because sometimes what keeps us from moving forward is one stagnant little chakra. I often find that when there's one chakra preventing us from moving forward, it's a domino effect that there's more than one. So let's just focus on one for today. Let's see what we need to know for today. What is the energy calling for? What affirmation and what number can provide a hidden message? And our card for today, in reverse, quite interesting just to show it's in reverse. And it blends really well with my studio. It's all about transformation. But it's in reverse, which means there's a lot of us, if not all of us, that are going to be experiencing some form of transformation, but we're afraid, which is why it's in reverse. I give you permission to come out of your fears and transform whatever it is it's time to transform from. The number is 18. So that message right off the back is recognizing that there's something definitely new coming in, but in order to get the new to come in, you have to be willing to close the door. The 8 energy is, once you make that change, you're going to bring to alignment that harmony that you've been soul thirsting for. Harmony. Every one of us are looking for harmony in our life. 1 and 8 is a 9. So it really does mean it's time to let go of your grip and allow things just to fall out so then things can fall in. in the orderly manner that it needs to. The solar plexus, the energy focused in on today. So whatever hangups you may have regarding insecurities, doubts, limitations, not feeling worthy of something, just let it go. Surrender it and allow yourself to open up your ability and your abundance wheel to align to the very thing that is standing in front of you that needs your attention. So with that being said, that is the chakra to focus in on for today. Transformation is your word, and know that every one of us are going through something right now, something majorly big that we are transitioning from with the help of Pluto. And your number is 9, so let things go. Completion, purity at the end of discussion, end of story. It's time to move forward. Take a leap over whatever it is that's standing in your way. So with all that being said, I'd like to remind you again, share, like, and comment. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, I will have my amazing guests here. We're going to dive into an amazing conversation and share it with you. I'll be right back.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I'll introduce my guests in just a minute. Just want to recap, remind you, share, like, and comment on today's show, as we do have an amazing raffle giveaway at the end of the show. And just wanted to recap on our card for today, the solar plexus, very important to work on for today. Clear out all the limitations and what it is you might not feel worthy of having, because anything that's in alignment to you in your actual soul's purpose, you are worthy of having. Transformation is the affirmation, and every one of us are experiencing in one way or another. And I think this word works really well with our conversation that we're going to have today. So hang on, keep that transformation in the back of your mind. The number is 9. So 9 is all about the things we are letting go so we can complete something. So with all that being said, let me introduce my amazing guest. And Lisa, my apologies if I pronounce your last name wrong. So why don't we do it this way? Lisa, introduce yourself.
Oh, that totally works for me. My name is Lisa Paranzo. I'm the CEO and founder of A Healthful Life, which is an online personal training platform. And I am so excited to be here today. Joanne, especially after our pre-call this week, I was like, holy moly. You know, you meet people you're aligned with sometimes, and that's you. I was like, I'm so excited to get to talk with her and connect with her audience.
Yes. And I'm even excited, as I'm probably even more excited than you are, because I think this is the very first time, I'm trying to think back, where I've actually have a guest on my show that you and I are literally so aligned to one another regarding the things that we do. After all, Lisa is a personal trainer. So hello. I mean, hence my, my design behind me. It's actually not a design, it's my studio. So Lisa, I am so excited to have you here. And after our conversation we had the other day on the phone and all the different things we dived into, which I always, for whatever the reasons are, anytime I chat with people, we start off on the topic and then we end up going like 360 degrees someplace else. And I don't think that was any different for you and I.
I totally agree. And the thing that I really loved the most was that everything that we talked about, we were so aligned on. And for me, it's also really cool to get to meet other professionals in the fitness space who are like-minded, because I do realize that what I present to people and how I train is a little bit different, and no, we'll dive into it, than maybe what the fitness industry as a whole adheres to. So it's really nice for me to meet other people that share that same passion.
Great. And I'm glad you brought that topic up. Now, I know what the fitness industry looks like. I know what the fitness industry for the last 30 years has looked like. And I know what I would like the fitness industry to look like. But what I would like is your point of view. Like, you do fitness different, as you just said. So share with our viewers how you do fitness different.
The way that I do fitness differently, as opposed to what is generally given from the fitness industry, is that I am not a proponent of a cookie cutter solution, which was really a lot of what we talked about. I really do feel like fitness, wellness, health needs to be tailored to the individual, because we are all approaching this from different backgrounds. We are all at different places in our journeys. Our bodies are all at different points as well. And because of those, really beautiful, like, uniquenesses, we need to have solutions that are tailored more to us, and not something that is like, oh, you can go and do this for 30 days. You can go and do this for 60 days. And then you're going to be totally fine. And everything will just, it's like unicorns and rainbows, and it will all come together. That is a beautiful sentiment. And I'm so here for people finding their health. But I want people to find their health in a way that they can maintain past working with me.
I love that. I love that. That's, excuse me, that seems to be something that I focus on as well. Because again, as much as I would love to know and think and hope and pray that every client that comes to me for personal training is going to stay with me forever. I mean, wouldn't that be just great? I mean, my God, I've been doing this for 30 years. Could you imagine all those clients I've worked with for 30 years still being with me? Holy crap. But being able to teach our clients, give them the tools so they can continue whatever it is that you've shown them in the period of time that they work with you, that to me is a gift. That's a gift, because it gives the client the opportunity to know how to continue seeing the results they did get and continue to see. So with that being said, what does that look like for your client when you work with them? Since it's not a cookie cutter approach, it is a personalized, customized approach to take them to where they got to go, but then also keep them going.
Mm-hmm. The way that looks for me, when somebody comes to me for training, it doesn't necessarily always mean that I'm approaching them from a personal training standpoint. They go through I do a couple of like pre-calls to figure out whether or not I'm a good match to work with someone, because I give my all to the people that I work with, and I really want to make sure that the people that I work with are going to get the absolute most out of working with me. And then it is, having that conversation. Where are you right now with wellness? Where were you with wellness, right? Mm-hmm. Because that whole journey, all of those things play such a gigantic role in impacting where you're at right now.
Exactly.
And then I always ask too, like, if you got your dream 5 years from now, what would wellness look like for you? What would being healthy? What would your fitness routine look like? What would all those things look like? And then from there, it is coming up with a solution that works the best for them, and meeting every single week and collaborating with them. I really do feel like this is a collaborative process, right? Because if I'm like dictating something to a person, if I say, for instance, I'm like, you need to wake up at 6 a.m. and you need to work out for an hour every day. But all right, Joanne, I'm like, I'm out. 6 a.m. It's too early.
Not at 6 a.m. No.
What if my person is that, like, I can't do the early morning thing for whatever reason, my job, my kids, I'm not a morning person, I haven't had coffee, whatever. Those things end up being holdups, and then they're not going to ultimately do the work, and then they're going to feel like they failed themselves. I'm not setting that person up for success if that's what I'm forcing them into. So then it becomes that collaborative process. Okay, how are we going to get you from where you're at to where you want to go? And every single week meeting with that person to say, what did we do last week that worked? What didn't work? What do we need to change? What do we need to readdress? With the goal being that after they are done working with me, they have the confidence and the skills and the tools, and they feel like they have their own expertise to carry forward. But I also, in the more immediate future, want them to feel like they've stepped into their power to make those decisions on their own when I'm not with them, right? Because, I mean, you're like an OG for me in this business, and I'm so here for it. I love it because I can go off of your feedback and your expertise. And don't you see this time and time again with the people who come in who are like, man, I just made really poor choices last week.
Exactly.
And you're not there to coddle them and hold their hand. 90% of the time, they have to do the work on their own, even week to week.
Oh, sure. I mean, when you get those clients, I mean, I know for myself, I've had clients say to me, I have to do this forever. And in my mind, it's like, well, yeah, because fitness is not a short-term process. That's why when you said about before, the 30-day plan, the 60-day plan, the 90-day plan, well, what the hell happens after the 30, the 60, and 90 if that's all they're dedicating it to? Where do they go from that point?
Yes, I completely agree with you. And, you know, in my experience, and I would venture to guess that you see this as well, since we are so similarly aligned, the person gets through the 30 days, let's say, and they kill it on the 30 days. They're like, man, I feel amazing. You know, they've released weight. They've done whatever their goal is. But then they hit day one and they don't know how to maintain that. And so what happens is they just eventually get to the point where they stop. And then that stopping leads to regression.
Yes.
And then that regression leads to this very negative, like, mind game.
Exactly.
I'm not good enough. I can't make my results stick. Like, ultimately, it's like, I'm not worthy of this.
Exactly. Like one of the questions that I was reading from what you asked me to ask you in regards to when we're working with a client and they have busy lifestyles. Now, in my point of view, there's no such thing as a busy lifestyle when it comes to health and fitness. You fit it in. My approach is there's a specific time that you do your exercise. This is not about, well, I'm going to fit it on my schedule when it fits in. No. You know right off the back that, like for me, for example, my workouts get in somewhere between the hours of 12 and 3 in the afternoon, not midnight, not early morning, in the afternoon. And I know that I'm cutting that time out so I can get my workout in. So it doesn't matter what is going on in my life, whether it had me having to do this or do that. The idea is I'm on my schedule.
Yes. I love that you say that. I so love, because I'm the exact same way.
Yes. And I think that's the approach as trainers, that we have to get our clients to understand that this is the exercise is literally our health insurance, because it insures our health with that. You know, and we can ramble on forever, but before we do, we're going to dive back into the statement when we get back from a commercial break. Let our viewers know how they can reach you.
The easiest place to reach me, I'm going to give 2 places and they link back to one another. So if you forget one, you have the other. My website is first and foremost the easiest. It is www.ahealthfullife.org. The links to all of the things are on the website: blog, recipes, social media, all of that stuff. If it's easier for you to remember my name, my Instagram handle is my name, @Lisa Paranzo. You can go there. The link in the bio has a link to the website, application to work with me, and all of those other things.
Awesome. So for our viewers, you're going to get a chance to run to the bathroom, get some water, and then come back, because that's as long as the break is. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And if you want help developing your own income streams and entrepreneurial systems, feel free to reach out to me at dragonsgold76@gmail.com. Thanks.
Are you ready for that breakthrough? If so, I can help. I'm Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformation Catalyst, and I support people just like you to move through into breakthrough, finding the place of empowerment and clarity about who you be and what you do. I'm offering a complimentary consultation session. Just simply email me at newhumanitynow@gmail.com, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host and I have my amazing guest, Lisa. We're going to leave it at that so I don't screw up her last name because it's, okay. I don't know. Anyway, remember, share, like, and comment for today because we do have a great raffle giveaway. And we were just chatting about how it's important to make sure you fit your workouts in. This is not about the workouts come in when they come in, because if you are really looking to accomplish whatever the goal is, the key is you have to schedule it. It has to be on your damn calendar. So Lisa, with that being said, having to be on the calendar, here we just came out of the pandemic, and I used to come out of the pandemic. I'm giving our viewers a hint that yes, we are starting to open. Things are starting to flow again forward. So for the last year, you've had a lot of people who weren't able to get to the gym. They had to do their workouts at home. They became really, really, really inventive on how to do exercise at home. I just sit back and laugh because I'm like, why is that so inventive? I mean, before we had gyms, people worked out at home. Hello. It was like, what's that?
Jane Fonda videos. Come on.
Exactly. I'm like, why do so many people have such a challenging time? Like, why is it that this pandemic put on the extra, what was the expression, 19 pounds that people were putting on? Why? Exercise should have been like the easiest damn thing to do because you were home. No excuses.
Zero excuses.
Exactly. We are all, anytime we can have an excuse, one's going to jump on it. So here you have clients that they're probably going to be getting themselves back to their fitness regimen. They've fallen off for the past year and a half, whatever the case might be. What is some of the recommendations, tips that you can offer to those who are sort of trying to find their way back in?
I love that you talked about your calendar. Again, I'm like, man, Joanne and I brain share, and I'm so here for this. This is the biggest tip that I teach my clients. You have to be intentional when it comes to your fitness. If you think that this is something that you can just wing, like I'm just going to wing it today, it'll happen at some point, it won't happen. You know, just as well as I know, that the demands on your day can very oftentimes get the best of you and the best of your intentions as well. Mm-hmm. I encourage my clients to, when you're planning out your week, let's say it's a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, whatever, the kids are in bed, dinner is done, you're getting ready for your week. Sit down with your calendar and block out the time that you are going to take to work out on those days. Literally plan it like it is a meeting. You're not going to cancel on a meeting with your coworkers. You're not going to cancel a doctor's appointment. You wouldn't cancel on something for your children, so you should not be canceling on something for yourself. Especially
exactly. Amen to that.
Right? Like, or charge yourself a cancellation fee. I don't know. Maybe I should work that in. I won't.
That is a big one because I think too, as trainers, I mean, and I think all trainers, and I'm hoping there's a lot of trainers listening to this. I think all trainers really need to get onto that process of if their client cancels the session, there should be a charge.
Oh, I charge.
There should be a charge for that session because it's like your time and their time. And it's not just about time. It's about they're canceling on their own damn workout. Like, hello, why would you do that?
Yes, I totally agree. I completely agree with you. But I take it even a step further with my clients. and say, okay, like you said, for instance, your like golden workout time is noon to 3 p.m., give or take. But you're also an expert in this field, so you know how to really work that in. You know how to make that work for you. So you're not at the point where you would have to block out a 1 to 2 p.m. time slot.
Oh, let me point something out here for you, just to give you an idea. On my calendar, on my phone calendar, I am in my calendar. My time is blocked out, because if it's not there, I will accidentally schedule a client during a time that I'm supposed to be working on me. And then I get really resentful because I was like, oh shit, I scheduled the client during my workout time.
I do this
to cancel them.
And then you're like, but I can't cancel them, but I need to cancel them. I do the same thing with my calendar. And what I even encourage my clients to do is, as you're building this muscle memory, this planning muscle memory, know what the workout is going to be, because there's nothing more frustrating than saying, I have an hour on a Tuesday at 3 p.m. and then you spend 30 minutes of it figuring out what you're going to do.
Oh, yeah. To me, you should know exactly what day is what day. Like, you know, it's like Tuesday, leg day. Hello, that's leg day. And guys, take these tips down because they could be helpful.
Yes, they can. Well, and even take it a step further than that. What's leg day on Tuesday going to look like this week? Take the thought out of it, put the planning into the forefront of it, and then also plan in the time that it's going to take for you to get your life together after the workout. How long is it going to take you to eat? Shower. Do you need to shower after? Is this a day you can just run around with sweaty hair? How does that look for you? You know, what time do you need for that? Because if you tell me I have an hour available on Tuesday, but it's going to take me 20 minutes to get my life together, then you don't actually have an hour to work out. You have 40 minutes to work out. And then my other planning tip for that is to have a backup. Maybe you go into Tuesday, you're like, okay, it's leg day, and I know that I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Have a backup to that in case, you know, I don't know, something happens and there's a fire, you know, not a literal fire, but like a figurative fire you need to put out in your house.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And you need to address that, and it cuts into those times. Because I know that emergencies in life don't stop just because we're doing these things for ourselves.
Oh no, there's going to be a fire during my workout hour. That fire is going to have to hold on.
Yeah, I'm literally, but I am also the type of person, and I encourage my clients to do this as well. When you get into that time, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Silence it. Leave it. If you don't need it, put it in the other room. Get all those distractions out of the way, because this is time that is devoted to you. And if you are going to make the sacrifice, it's not a sacrifice for me, but I know that a lot of people see it like that. If you're going to be taking that time out of your day, that needs to be truly time for you to take care of yourself.
Exactly. Now, I have a question for you that I don't believe is on our question list, but I think it's definitely appropriate. And I know that from our conversations we've had in last week. Now, you've gone through an injury.
Yes.
And I mean, I know I've gone through an injury. Now, during that time while you were injured, did your workout schedule stop because you got injured?
No, I was. So the brief overview of my injury, and Joanne's going to die, but it's fine. I shattered, fractured, and dislocated my right foot on a military training exercise when I was 19 years old. I was a baby, literally a baby. And I went from being, you know, I was in the military. There's certain demands of you when you are, I was an ROTC, so there were certain demands of me physically. I went from like 60 to 0 in a matter of 30 seconds. I had my mom, God bless my parents for dealing with me on bed rest for almost a year, buy me free weights, and I lifted weights in my bed on bed rest. Obviously, it wasn't weight bearing, right? Because right foot was done.
Yes.
But anything upper body, I remember having to go up the stairs to be able to shower, and I had to go up the stairs like backwards using my arms. So I would do tricep presses off the stairs.
Yes. Yeah. And the reason why I had asked Lisa this question, because I had the same mindset. You know, I had a hip replacement done back in 2014. And thank God for my upper body strength, because some minor delays took place after the surgery that I was not expecting. And I was not going to be sitting around waiting for nurses to be able to get to me so I could go to the bathroom. So I had to really get myself in a position so I can move around, being that I wasn't able to. So the point here is for our viewers to recognize and understand that doesn't matter if you've had an injury or whatever's going on in your life, it's still important to make sure the exercise, the routine gets in, because you never know when a body part is going to be the most important body part to help you through whatever recovery you have to go through, such as Lisa's upper body strength to help her get to the next floor, functionally to the next floor. So she doesn't have to just be in bed all day.
And for me as well, and I would imagine that you shared this sentiment with your hip, it was also after the crisis of the trauma was over and I knew that this was going to be a temporary thing, I didn't want to regress in every aspect of my fitness.
Exactly.
The lower body stuff, I only had so much control over. I couldn't walk. I had metal literally poking out of my foot at one point. I'm not putting weight on that. But I can continue to do upper body work. So why not?
Exactly. And I know our topics go really fast, Lisa, but we do have to take another commercial break. I was going to say coffee break. We want coffee?
Maybe.
Let our viewers know how they can reach you again.
So 2 easiest spots. The first is my website. It is www.ahealthfullife.org. It's got the links to all the things on there, the recipe, the blogs, the social media, all of that is on there. The other spot is my Instagram, and my handle is @Lisa Paranzo. So if you can't remember one, hopefully you remember the other.
There you go. And remember, guys, to share, like, and comment. We're going to take that quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest, Lisa here. We're not going to go through her last name. You know it. And those of you who are just joining, I'm sure she'll say it at the end at some point. But here we are chatting about fitness and getting it on the schedule, making it a priority, because that's what fitness is. Fitness is not just something we just do once in a while or just so we can look in our bathing suits. We have to be healthy enough as well so we can look good in the bathing suits. So, Lisa, in regards to what tip can you give to those who are literally trying to get back on track because, we have to let go of the excuse of pandemic? What tips can you provide to those who've fallen off track so they can get back on track?
The biggest tip that I can give, and that I really do give to all my clients, again, stepping away from this cookie cutter idea, when you're trying to revamp your fitness program, or maybe you're just starting, be intuitive with it. What if I were to say to you, what sounds good to you for a workout? That's the thing that you need to start with. It doesn't mean that you stay there. It doesn't mean that you are pigeonholed into that. But I definitely do think that mindset plays a huge role with fitness. And if it inherently appeals to you, you will be more likely to show up. Like the example that I give is if you are a runner and you're like, yeah, I just want to go for a run. All right, cool. Then that's where we start. But if you're like, ugh, running gives me hives, or I have an injury and running is contraindicated for my injury, like me, then you need to stay away from that. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get your cardio in another way, but I know that you will be less likely to show up because that does not sound like fun to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we definitely do need to bring that fun into fitness in order for someone to stick with their plan. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that fun aspect, that just appealing part of things. And I know people are like, oh, weightlifting, that doesn't sound fun at all. Okay, I can see that perspective. I like doing it because I find a lot of power in being able to move something heavy. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I like weightlifting because, hey, the end result of it is that, and and I'm going to say this live here on TV, when you literally take your clothes off and everything is staying where it needs to stay, I mean, to me, that itself is a bonus to why you want to lift weights, because I do not believe that there is any type of cardio one is going to do that's going to help keep the booty and the bust in its home without it dropping down to your ankles. And let's face facts, specifically for women, if you are not lifting your weights, more times than you can imagine, your ass and your bust are literally going to drop. I'm sorry.
I completely agree with you. And I know we kind of touched on this on our pre-call too, that the power of resistance training, especially for women and our overall health. And I know that could be a whole other show for a whole other time.
Oh, you're coming back on, just so you do know that.
But that would be my biggest thing is start with that thing that just kind of inherently appeals to you and use it as a means to establish your routine. Get back into the routine of fitness. Mm-hmm. That this needs to be a non-negotiable aspect of life. This is the same as brushing your teeth and showering. That much of a priority. And then as you get used to it, expand your horizons, try something new, challenge yourself, and push your limits, because I believe that we are limitless.
Exactly. I mean, what one can lift today, if they keep at it, they keep consistent with it, they'll be able to lift so much more in a week from now. And that's how quickly progress is, as long as they're consistent. The same way where if someone does fall off the wagon of working out, they lose their strength just as quickly as they gain their strength. So that's why it's so important. It's like, okay, if you can only lift 5 pounds now, if you keep this consistent, in a week from now, you might very well be lifting 8 or 10 pounds, and then sometimes you might even get afraid of yourself and literally be able to move your couch.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that, being that strong and confident so you can move your couch.
I totally agree. Completely agree. Yeah, people trying to pick up their couches after this.
Oh yeah, hey, I can't tell you. I move my furniture around in my apartment pretty much once a year. And I move my furniture around. I don't wait for my husband to come home to help me. I literally move my furniture. I pick up the couch. I pick up and move it over to the other side of the room. He'll walk in and be like, oh, goodness gracious, you were moving furniture again. Yes, I was.
I would be shocked if you said anything else, though.
Yeah. I mean, there are times where I'll sit back and ask him just to allow my feminine energy to play a role and for him to feel like a man and say, you know what, could you help me move this so I can move it over there faster? Yeah. Yes. So with that being said, Lisa, I always like to find out if my guests like to have a reading. Would you like to have a reading?
Sure. I'm game. I'm down.
All right. So how this is going to work, all I need you to do, and viewers, this is where you get to hear her last name. Repeat your full name that's on your birth certificate out loud 3 times for me.
Do you need the middle name as well before I do this?
Please, yes.
Okay. 3 times?
Yes.
Okay. Lisa Marie Paranzo. Lisa Marie Paranzo. Lisa Marie Paranzo.
All right. So let's see what Lisa has in store for her. Lisa, the word is engaged. Now, whatever comes to mind when you hear the word engaged, just hold that in your mind for just a moment. Because sometimes it's not what it seems to be. But what we are doing here is working with the throat chakra. So what I get for you here, besides for today talking about what it is you do, I'm getting that you're going to be doing this on a much larger scale. You're going to be engaging in conversations with in a much larger environment. Perhaps even seeing yourself on a stage, talking about what you do, doing it differently than anyone else has done it, and really sharing your new ways of doing what you're doing. The numbers 2 and 7, which works out to be a 9. And when we think about that 2, the 2 is about the partnerships that you're going to be engaging in, more partnerships than you've engaged in the last year. This 7 is about, and this is something I think you and I spoke about off the camera, obviously. The 7 is about doing it a little differently than you've been doing it. There's a whole new twist coming in that's really going to involve more of the mind, body, and spirit. And I think you and I will chat about this a little bit more at a later date. But there's definitely a transformation coming in for you as you do start to really share the way you're doing what you're doing. Does that resonate with you?
Completely. Girl, you don't even know.
I do, though. Yes. So that's the magic, is that it's throat chakra. It's all about the things you're going to be actually sharing with new clients, the clients you currently have, but then there's a much bigger, massive amount of clients coming in. Ooh. And this is all going to be taking place for you this year, moving forward into 2022 as well.
Awesome.
All righty.
I love it.
So yeah. So once again for us, Lisa, before we actually give them your contact information, let's announce what your raffle giveaway is going to be for one of our amazing guests who are actually, our viewers who are actually sharing, liking, and commenting. And again, when you share, please put in the comments that you shared, because I can't tell if you have or not. It makes my work a little easier when you do. So Lisa, what is your raffle giveaway?
My raffle giveaway is my Start Right Now guide. So my Start Right Now guide is my trainer secret sauce. It is a breakdown of the exercises. It is a breakdown of intervals so that you can literally create your own workouts from your living room. So with that, I also am giving my 5 favorite ab exercises. And it comes with a demo video for how to work some of these intervals, how to do some of the exercises correctly, and how to weave everything together. It can be used as an example. It can also be used as a workout, just in case you want it for that.
Awesome. I love that. And guys, remember, she just said her secret sauce. So she's giving away her secrets, which no longer become secrets. I love when we do that. We give away our secrets, and it's like, they're not secrets anymore. And I have to always go and conjure up some more secrets, because I like to have secrets. It's just what I like to do. And again, is there one, like maybe one word or one line you'd like to leave our viewers with so they can like have an aha moment?
My one thing that I always tell clients, especially for my clients who have maybe fallen off the wagon because of the pandemic or whatever, or are waiting to get started on fitness, is why not now?
I love that. Yeah, I love that. I mean, we can even apply that to anything. It's like when I chat with clients, like in the healing, when they're in the healing journey, and it's like, well, I'm not ready to do that. Well, if you're not ready to do it now, when will you be? When will you be? I mean, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? What needs to happen for you to be ready? And to me, it's like, you know what? Hey, fitness is one of the easiest things that we can really do out there. However, I am a big advocate that, yes, you could buy a videotape and you can go ahead and stick it into your VCR, if we even do those things anymore. Or you can go on your phone and you could pick up the latest workout, whatever. But the key of it is that's missing from all of that is the personalized, customized programs that Lisa can actually give. And even better, that you can actually work with her, because there's nothing more beneficial than working with a trainer that can actually let you know whether or not you're doing it correctly. And there's one way to prevent injury is by working with a trainer. As opposed to thinking you could do it by yourself and you know it all, work with a trainer. Yes. So with that being said, Lisa, let them know how they can reach you one last time.
The easiest place is the website. That is www.ahealthfullife.org. If you're like, oh, I don't want to remember all of that. Instagram, my handle is my name, @Lisa Paranzo, and one links back to the other. So if you can remember one, you can get linked with the other and you're good to go.
Awesome. Awesome. So again, Lisa, it was so much fun having you here. And I feel like our show went really, really fast. And I need to have you come back so we can talk more and share all about the great things that you and I do alike.
Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much for having me. I've had a blast.
Yes, me too. With that being said, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I want you guys to stay with me when we come back, because I still have to announce last week's raffle winner, and I have some other small announcements to make as well. But we're going to take that quick commercial break. This will be the last time you'll see Lisa here with me until the next time she comes on. But we'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Did you know that astrology and numerology influences your metabolism and weight? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Stack. And I help women and men by referral release issues from their tissues while releasing emotional weight and falling in love with themselves. As I witness the transformation of watching each client become the best version of who they are. To redeem your first discovery session at 10% off, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you release your issues from your tissues and falling in love with yourself. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I had my amazing guest, Lisa, here speaking about fitness for you, and how to get back on track when you fall off track. So if you are just tuning in, I invite you to go back and watch today's show so you can catch all the amazing advice, tips, and etc. that she shared with each and every one of us. And also, because you are here, you still have an opportunity to get in being in this week's raffle giveaway by sharing, liking, and commenting. And she's giving an amazing, all her surprises, all her secrets, she's giving it away. And one of you are going to get a chance to win that. So share, like, and comment. Now, let me announce last week's raffle giveaway that Gail Nicholson is giving, which the winner for last week's giveaway is Linda Boney. Now, Linda Boney, what you won, Gail is giving away this beautiful Cinelite crystal. It's a crystal charger. I actually received mine in the mail yesterday, and I didn't even think to bring it to show you, but I'll probably take a picture of it later, and you'll actually get to see what it looks like. But it's a charger for all your crystals where you can just lay them on the beautiful Cinelite crystal. So that's Linda Boney. Congratulations for winning this week's raffle. Now, just a few things very quickly, just to make them announce. In regards, next Sunday is Mother's Day, so there will be no show next Sunday. You'll catch us the following Sunday, but you can watch all the replays on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. So in case you want to do a marathon, feel free to go on one of those platforms and watch any of the shows. But when we do come back the following Sunday, I have my amazing guest who's coming on, which is CJ Ives Lopez. And there's a flyer that you can catch what she's going to be sharing all about as well. And for those of you who've been watching on a regular basis every month, my radio show, we are now in May. And as of this month, the radio show is going to be appearing on the first Wednesday of the month, which is this week. And I have an amazing guest coming on my radio show, which is Damaris. And I'm not going to say her last name either, because I just screw up everyone's last names. I don't know what it is. But anyway, she's going to be speaking about her tiny ritual chakra boxes. And I have to say, those boxes are really powerful. I've actually had one, and I had her create one for my husband as well. You definitely want to come and watch and listen, because like I said, it's a radio show, but you can see me there too, to learn about these tiny ritual chakra boxes that she creates personally to help you work on one chakra. So that's this Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. You can tune in there. Trying to think if there's any other flyer. There's one other flyer I am excited to announce, and silly me, I don't have it in my hand, which I should have, but I'm excited to now, now announce that my book, Healing with Numbers, is now available for purchase. It has passed through the proof copy, and now I'm just waiting for it to be available on Amazon and also Barnes & Nobles. But those of you who are interested in purchasing a book directly from me, a signed copy, 15% of the proceeds will be going to the Mystic Warrior Academy. So it goes to a good cause. So with all that being said, I want to wish everybody an awesome rest of the day. And again, we'll not be here next Sunday. So for all you moms out there celebrating, enjoy the day, as I will be too. And I do look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday that choose to watch on the radio show, Joanne's Cosmic Energy. I'll have a lot of insight there. Or just come back the following Sunday, and see you then. Till then, enjoy whatever it is going to do, or whatever it is you're going to do. Stay grounded, stay connected, and see you next time.